dreaded 2-goal advantage at the Olympics. Leader Fan Radio Network.
But you know what?
And KFAN. That's KFAN.com. 2 minutes and 33 seconds past the hour of 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. We welcome you back. It is a Friday Football Beast edition of the Bumper to Bumper program on a calm after the Snownami Friday here in the Twin Cities that we affectionately refer to as Minneapolis and St. Paul. My name is Dan Barreiro, former Inkstein Wretch, newspaper of the Twin Cities, I should say. Guardsy produces the show. He's the radio voice of the Golden Gopher men's. No, who knows? Maybe. Do you think Grim gets nervous every once in a while as you ascend?
I ascend.
Do you think he looks over his shoulder every once in a while?
No.
I'm just asking.
No, he does not, nor should he.
Well, that's what you're saying because that's what you feel obligated to say.
No, he does. Ascension is a strong word, but nice.
I'm just saying.
Very nice.
It's possible. I mean, weirder things have happened.
He might be jealous that my team's surging to the NCAA tournament.
At least got to be jealous.
And there's another basketball injury on the men's side. With
another one?
Jalen Crocker Johnson.
What are we down to, 4 players?
Basically, who's out indefinitely now, Nico said today, apparently.
Can we add an NBA player?
I said Dillingham
would have been perfect.
Dilly would have been the call.
He needs the experience.
Yes, would have been great.
Get him on the court. But I think we're past that point now.
Yeah, he's with the Bulls now.
How about Mike Conley? You think he's used up all his eligibility?
Even the NCAA would say Mike Conley's not eligible.
You might be right
even
about that.
Even Conley. But he only played 1 year in college.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so he could.
That'd be a hell of a story, wouldn't it?
Oh, he'd be great in college.
Yeah, he'd be outstanding.
He loved playing in the barn, if I remember.
We are looking forward to this afternoon and evening's edition of the Bumper Bumper program. For the moment, we only have one scheduled guest, and that is Lavelle, who is bound to join us, or is slated to join us at about 5:30. The Bradshaw and Bryant KFAN text line is 64686, and as I'm sure most of you know, we are in the intermission between periods 1 and 2 in the U.S.'s, I guess, bid to reach the gold medal game and take on hated, favored Canada that got there, depending on your point of view, by sheer guts and guile and determination, or with the help of the Zebras. That's the ongoing question. I didn't see the late call that created the power play that opened the door to the Canadians breaking the 2-2 tie after they'd been down 2-0. So they scored 3 unanswered goals, right, to win it.
They did, yeah.
3-2.
Last one with 35 seconds left.
So, and I know members of the hockey community will let me know what they think about all of that. But U.S. is in position with that early, through the opening period, a 2-0 lead, including, I believe, a power play goal later in the period. I had it on in the background on the screen while I was prepping, and when I looked over and focused on the game, it looked to me as if, even though the shots on goal were not enormous for either team, it felt to me as if we definitely had far better of the action. It looked to me like much of the first period was spent in our offensive zone, our scoring zone, I should say. But I'll again defer to the hockey experts on it. So we kid about the dreaded 2-goal lead. It didn't serve Finland very well earlier today. It was dreaded in that case, but off to a very, very good start. And the bumper to bumper fantasy world today, the U.S. goes on to win. Who are we playing today in the
Slovakia?
Slovakia, I think that's right. We go on and win and advance, and we have a chance to chat on air live with Billy Guerin. I'm not promising it.
It's frustrating.
I do believe we have a shot at it.
But you know what?
If the U.S. wins. If somehow the U.S. blows the dreaded 2-goal lead, I think it's unlikely. But I have a hunch he might be in a pretty good mood if the U.S. follows through after a very solid first period of action. It is worth noting, see if I can find it here, did you see the Russo nugget?
About Quinn Hughes?
Quinn Hughes.
Yeah, I did see this.
5-game point streak ties your guy, Zach Parisi.
Nice.
For the longest run by an American skater at an Olympics that involves NHLers. NHLers.
That would have been Vancouver for Parisi.
The second goal was Thompson's. That was the power play goal. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it was.
And Hughes had one of the assists there along with Eichel. So now Hughes with a point in every game in this tournament. So
I hope the Hughes Honda deal goes better than the Parisi Pontiac.
That's a good idea. Yeah, we all hope that that's indeed the case. Well, my plan is if we do get somehow lucky enough to get Guerin on this afternoon here, this evening there, I'll ask him whether he's ready to announce a contract extension with Quinnesota. Just to get him going. Well, is it possible?
I don't know.
You can't rule anything out.
I don't know if there's like rules about when you can sign guys and when you can't.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know there's a roster freeze for the Olympics. I don't know if there's a signing freeze. Not sure.
Unofficial. You could do some things unofficially, I'm guessing.
That's worked out well for Minnesota teams before. Unofficial secret contracts.
I think let's be honest about this. Louis, as I think he confirmed to us, would never have gotten caught. I sense Billy Guerin wouldn't get caught. It was only the Timberwolves. And by the way, remember, that really wasn't their own, well, in part it was their own ineptitude, but in fairness, more than anything else, it was the unlucky nature of a split between two agents who had been working together, and the one basically bitter, saying, I've got a chance here to out a deal involving the other, correct?
We should be madder at that guy than we are.
We should be.
We blame the Wolves,
we should be.
Which they're obviously
there's no
blamable.
Question.
They're culpable. But
looks like we're on the power play, by the way, with the 2-0. Great chance to
just like that, huh?
Improve the lead to 3-0.
Watch Hughes here. I mean, he's so good.
He's a revelation. There's no question about it.
He's so good. I would see Quinn Hughes. It would be worth circumventing the cap and rules as opposed to Joe Smith.
That's the part where it goes back to the team, where you can't make it about two agents feuding. It's all this for Joe Smith.
Right.
I mean, that's on the club. That the club became so obsessed with him is 100% on them. That's the part that never, ever, ever made any sense. It's the oldest rule in the book. If you're going to risk everything to cheat, you can only consider doing it if you're getting a world-class player in return, right?
Yeah.
Quinnesota is pretty close to that. Joe Smith, at the time, what year was that?
And that should have been the third goal.
When did the Joe Smith,
99, 2000, somewhere
yeah, it was right. It was the late 90s, right?
Yeah.
And 2000. At that point in the NBA, how many players would you rank or would have been ranked ahead of Joe Smith in the entire league? And I'd say at least 100.
That many?
Well, okay, maybe 75.
That seems like, I was going to say like 50.
No, I think it's closer to 70.
Two players on each team better than Joe Smith?
Yes,
really?
100%. Well, Joe Smith wasn't even going to be close to your second or third best player here.
That's
Who do we have on that team?
That's true. I mean, in that era, it was, Marbury might have been a part of it, but Wally was a part of it. Googs was a part of it at some point.
Now, I guess he could always fall back on he was a number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
But he never lived up to that. Even though, was it Sam Mitchell who gave him the nickname The Beast?
I think so.
They used to call him The Beast, and that was another thing that drove me crazy. He's not good enough to be called The Beast. He was never good enough to be called The Beast. And you think Karl Anthony Towns got into 2 quick fouls?
Oh, yeah.
Joe Smith did that every game.
Almost every column of that era.
4 minutes in, he had 2 fouls and had to go to the bench.
Whenever we've done the deep dive in your Star Tribune archives, if it's a Wolves column in that era, the percentage that there's a Joe Smith foul trouble cheap shot written in there is high.
Yeah, there were a bunch.
Like Wally's shooting percentage is very high.
I just could not help it because it was. And then whenever a team went big, or I should say the opposite, went small, he couldn't play. The series we lost to Dallas.
Yeah.
One of the 6 straight years we got knocked off, I think, in round 1, he barely saw the court. And again, if a player is that limited in who he can play against, that's another reason you don't cheat to get him. But I indeed digress. So we're still on the power play late in it.
We're actually not.
I thought, they're on the power play.
We got a penalty ourselves.
Yeah, you're right.
During our power play, just wrapped up 4-on-4, and now Slovakia is
on it for the next 18 seconds, it looks like.
We missed a great opportunity to go up 3-0.
Yeah.
With a pass right across the crease on the doorstep.
Will we regret it?
And then we drew the penalty, or took the penalty, I should say. So we'll see. Looks like we're going to kill it off, though.
Biggest blunder, Joe Smith or passing on Curry twice? Well, that's a good question, actually. But the fact that you have both of those monumental screw-ups involving in the history of one franchise tells you just how awful and dysfunctional this franchise was until now.
And why we appreciate it now.
When we are on the verge, we're pretty much, are we mathematically certain to make the playoffs for the fifth straight year? We'd have to lose like all of our games to not make the playoffs,
Probably,
correct?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah, so we're not clinched mathematically, but we know we're going to make we may not have as high a seed as we want again, but we will make the playoffs. This will be 5 straight years. Think about that.
That is amazing.
5 consecutive years. That goes back to the Tibbs era, doesn't it?
No,
it doesn't. Right? Because we had a leap. We had a gap
Memphis.
year. Yeah, we had a gap year.
Play in where we played Denver.
Tibbs. Did we go to the playoffs 2 years with Tibbs?
No, one.
Only one.
2018. I think he got fired the next year.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it went south really badly. So 5 straight under largely this administration. I mean, Conley inherited the team had already been to the playoffs once when he got here, or no?
That's a good question.
We'll do the history on it because I think this is 5. This will be 5 straight.
It will be. I just went through it. Yeah, because and Finchie was hired by Rosas, which I always forget.
Yes. Well, it is worth. We've talked about this before. I didn't want to really go too far down the rabbit hole or deep into the weeds, as the cliches go, but it's true. A lot of the reason that the team felt as obligated as it appeared to go and get Joe Smith or keep Joe Smith illegally was KG wanted him. He was one of KG's guys. KG, obviously a Hall of Fame first ballot basketball player, but maybe not much better than David Kahn when it came to evaluating talent. I hate saying it, and if we get KG on the air, I'll deny I ever said it, but that was not his strength. It wasn't Michael Jordan's strength, in all seriousness.
It shouldn't be player strength.
It hasn't been LeBron James' strength. Who did he want with the Lakers? Westbrook.
Oh, yeah.
He orchestrated the whole Westbrook thing, and it was a disaster in Los Angeles. So the moral of that story is, let general managers general manage and let players play. And you may have some ideas, but too often players, even the greatest players of all time, have not been particularly good at knowing what they need on their team to play alongside them. That's happened over and over again. All right, let's get our first pause in early. Bradshaw and Bryant KFAN text line is open at 64686. Plenty of time to take your text. Plenty of time to get into some breaking A-section news that is front and center today involving, it's no longer a partial score. It's a final score. Supreme Court 6, Donald J. Trump 3. Well, kind of, sort of. We'll get into that. We might, if we have time, get into a very heavy question for a Friday. Wow. I hesitated to do it on a Friday, but then I said, you know what? We make up our own rules on the Bumper to Bumper program. On the afternoon Aardvark, there are no rules. Duty Eby, was that a McHale/Flip draft pick?
Yes.
Wasn't Meerkat.
No, that was Flip. And was McHale.
Yeah, McHale, I think. Ndudi Eby. Or, according to the late, great David Stern, Duty Eby. He thought the N was silent, I believe.
How would he know,
It's a tough one. Well, the assumption is you give the commissioner a really good pronunciation.
You would think.
Don't you think?
Yes.
It's a first round. Now, it was late first round, wasn't it? Or was it like 19 or something? Didn't he pick like...
I feel like 17 or 16.
Yeah, it was in the teens is what it was. He wasn't a top choice, that's for sure. Grant writes, you're showing your MJ bias early. Based on your flawed and incorrect logic about LeBron orchestrating the Westbrook trade, I expect proper credit to LeBron for trading for Luka then. Don't believe all the propaganda you read on X. Grant, I love you, but if you think it took a LeBron James to say, hey, we have a chance to get Luka Doncic, you think we should be interested in that? I mean, that's not exactly going out on any kind of a limb. Who's not going to be interested in Luka Doncic? In all seriousness.
Apparently the Dallas Mavericks.
Exactly, other than the Dallas Mavericks. And secondly, there is no MJ bias. In fact, I didn't want to waste time with it again today, but I will now.
EB, by the way, picked 26th in that draft.
26th,
2003.
Even later than the teams.
Later than we thought.
So, I've said many times, I mentioned Jordan as also being no good in that role. He lost his mind because he wanted to keep Charles Oakley as his enforcer forever. Lost his mind when Jerry Krause traded him to the Knicks. Why? To get a real center back in return, Bill Cartwright. How'd that work out for the Bulls?
Pretty good.
Pretty damn good. Bill Cartwright was not a great center at that point, but he served a role. So there's no pro-MJ bias. I've made that clear. He's another example, going way back, of someone who was not particularly good about not only was he not good, I think, about personnel decisions, I've always felt that he was never gracious enough with Jerry Krause as he's helping by basically, 2 moves. Cartwright, but more importantly, orchestrating the Scottie Pippen trade on draft day. Nobody knew who Scottie Pippen was when Krause acquired him. So... now, I get it. At the end, you'd be mad at Krause if he was responsible for the thing being shut down sooner than it needed to be. But he never got enough credit. Every time I look around, now it looks like we're back on the power play, eh? Is that correct? I feel like, watching. Yeah, I think just another penalty. Just now.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just starting a new power play.
We just killed off another one.
Because Slovakia has been on the power play at least twice in the second period, I believe, including a delay of game call against us. They've not been able to do anything with it. Now we're on the power play. And do we just hit a post or just miss it?
Hughes had another unbelievable play to keep it in.
So we are,
he's so
U.S.
good.
is still up 2-0, about halfway through period number 2. Will you check game time for the gold medal game on Sunday? I'm trying to work my schedule around some stuff, but I'm assuming, I'm going to assume early afternoon here, right? Because with the time difference, I'm thinking you want to have it Sunday night there, right? Or might it be earlier? So double check if you can see a gold medal game time.
Yeah, I am. I thought it was in the morning our time.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
It's 7:10 Central.
7:10 Central?
Yeah, in the morning.
So, well, that's another possibility. If we don't get Guerin today, if the U.S. does win the gold on Sunday, then maybe we get Guerin after the game then. That'd be a good booking for sermons, wouldn't it?
Be very timely.
Time-wise, it would work because we start at 9 o'clock. We're peppering the net right now, but we're unable to.
Watch Husey.
Unable to
Watch
score.
what Husey does. Get it right back. Swing it. Oh, bad pass.
That was not a good play there. Now we're going to look. Oh, I thought the puck was going to be cleared.
No.
They can't clear it. Slovakia cannot clear. Shots on goal, it's 9. We've just doubled them. It's 20-10, but still the dreaded 2-goal lead. Where were we? Let me get to a couple of other quick texts. Oh, I mentioned it via the pregame show tweet. It apparently, regarding the JJ McCarthy throw over the middle steam, which has gained significant momentum ever since the Alec Lewis story that I think dropped last week, we now have new information that would seem to confirm that it's even worse than we have previously discussed, if that's possible. You know about that? Are you aware of that story?
I'm not. Do I want to be?
Well, again, it's a little technical, but I think it's also factual, and it'll be painful for you. I think it'll be painful for you if
3-0.
We just scored again.
No, they're taking it off. It was off a skate.
Was it Boldy?
Yeah, I don't know. They're immediately waving it off. It did look like it was off a skate. Now they are waving it.
Well, it's not illegal to be off a skate. If depending on what's happening with the skate,
that's
correct?
True. Yeah.
Let's see what we got. So far, they sure are. Zebra guy is announcing it right now. It's like he's grabbing his belly a little bit. Oh, it must have a little mic down there. Yeah, he's waving it off. So people who are watching via the hockey community, let us know what we're missing. It looks like we're
looking at the iPads.
We're looking at. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, did he direct it with the skate? That's the question.
Jake Gensel. It's one of us.
Yeah, that's. Let's see.
Yeah. I think he probably did.
Yeah, I think
because his stick was very nicely.
The grin on his face. I think he was busted. He almost acknowledged it from the beginning that I'm going to try it, but it's not going to.
Yeah, he kicked.
Yeah, that's not going to. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look at the look on his face. He goes, even I can't tell a lie.
He knows.
Yeah,
he's too honest. Minnesotan through and through.
That's us, isn't it? Something.
Even in Olympic hockey, we're going to be honest.
If he were from Massachusetts, he would have lied.
He would have been mad.
Yeah,
Eruzione would have been bitter.
That's right. But here, we're wired differently. We're built differently. I don't remember. I had something else I was going to say, but I don't remember what it is. I'll tell you what. Let's stay on schedule. As I mentioned, Lavelle will join. He's scheduled to join at 5:30. He's still not in Florida, correct?
I don't believe so. Why
don't you text Lavelle and see if he wants to come in studio for the 5 o'clock hour?
Well, he's usually listening. Lavelle.
Yeah, I mean,
come on in.
Surprised. He's done that before. It's been a nice surprise from time to time. He's got nothing going. So today would be a good day if he wants to just spend, the final, even 90 minutes with us. 5 to 6 or 5 to 6:30. He can update us on what happened, by the way, in curling. Didn't we have a semifinal?
Yes, we lost.
We did lose
to Sweden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Switzerland. It was Switzerland.
Is that our last hope in curling? Are we done?
Don't know.
He will know that. I mean, he'll know it by phone at 5:30 as well. But if he wants to come in and we can talk about a lot of good Olympic developments, that'll work. I know he loves to talk figure skating. That's for sure. I love how annoyed JG has become, just firing bullets everywhere. No one is safe. Call back to password today. Did you get kind of snarky on password?
Was I? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm asking. You don't think you were? Nothing. I thought maybe there's some ruling or controversy that got you going.
No? I mean, I was tweeting at Parker Fox a lot yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That got people's attention because he did the thing that bothers me where he's at the arena.
Yeah.
Watching his fiancée Taylor win the gold.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I know.
Hadn't heard that.
I'm not sure if you caught up with this.
No possible way I would have known.
And he did the thing where he says on Twitter, "I'm so proud of you, Taylor."
Yeah.
And I said, "Do not have her number. It's a little weird."
Wow.
I don't need.
You can't let him have his moment publicly.
No,
with his.
I think that's dumb.
Yeah.
It's like when you do wedding anniversaries on Instagram.
Yeah. Too self-serving.
I think so.
Yeah. Did people agree with you or did they rip you?
A couple people said calm down. Most people loved it.
Yeah.
The other one was that Taylor Heisey, someone put out where she played as a 7th grader 10 years ago for Red Wing.
Yes.
And scored 4 goals and 5 points, and I said same year Parker Fox made his debut for Go for Hoops. Nothing. That's earth-shattering.
No, that's a good line.
It's not Nate Bargatze level humor here.
No,
but it's
easy.
It's reasonable. Twitter.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
That's what it's there for. I can't believe I give all these away for free.
You can't. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't help yourself. But I think that's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So
you know how it goes.
But what's that have to do with program password?
I must have been taking some shots at Halby too. I don't know.
Okay. Interesting.
I said what I did say today was I've been called the tasteless box of mashed potatoes by a listener. It was a reference to my personality being very bland. And I think now that I'm I think it's fair to say mid-40s, I'm not saying I'm a fully loaded baked potato, but I'm at least a baked potato with sour cream now.
I'm going to say you might even have some cheese and some bacon. I think it's possible.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm probably not fully loaded yet, but I feel like there. I'm moving up from the tasteless box of mashed potatoes.
You're absolutely heading there. Let's pause. Bottom of the hour break. Lots more to get to. Some juicy A-section material and much, much more. Stay tuned. You think we should cold call Billy Guerin right now on the air just to get him going? During that break, 2 more U.S. goals, as many of you probably know. First, Jack Hughes makes it 3-0.
Nice shot.
Then your guy, Eichel. We didn't need him. 4-0. It's turning into a semi-laugher. Goaltender pulled for Slovakia.
Oh, wow.
And we're in very good position to get the matchup. Same matchup, obviously, in the women's game. For the gold medal, United States of America versus Canada. Now, what's going on here? We got another penalty. Looks to me like maybe Slovakia is starting to unravel. Yep. Yeah, it looks to me like they're starting to bring this thing apart. Will I get in trouble if I say, at least so far on the injury front, we're doing fine? Minnesota Wild's doing fine?
Yeah, don't jinx it, even though I don't believe in jinxes. But it's funny you say that because it's exactly what I was just thinking about.
Yeah.
You're up 4-0. Game probably over. You've still got 20-ish minutes to play. Everybody just stay healthy, please.
Yeah, the problem is it's not like, like in a regular season game in basketball, you can pull your starters.
That's it. You can't put Tyrese Halliburton in like that was the joke we used last week. You can't do that. You can't play your bench.
Yes,
as much.
100% true. JG, don't sell yourself short. You at least have a few chives sprinkled on top of the...
I like the analogy.
Sour cream. That probably did indeed make some sense. So 4-0. And as I mentioned, I have made contact with Guerin earlier today, hoping that in doing so I softened him up for an eventual appearance on the show later. I would take Sunday, but I'm afraid to wait because Sunday would have to be after the game, and we don't know that they're going to win that game. They might, and then it would be even better. Here's the home run. We get them today after victory.
Yeah.
I get them on sermons after winning the gold. Why not both? If you're Guerin, why wouldn't you? I mean, we're your Minnesota Wild station.
We are. That's true.
When it comes to Wild positivity, I'm the biggest Wild cheerleader in the entire metropolitan area.
Always have been.
So we'll see if we can. Hopefully, we get that done, and we are back on the power play. Do we even want to try to score right now?
I think we just hold the puck and get
I'm
to
with
intermission.
You.
Don't get hurt. Don't go in the dirty areas.
Yeah, I agree totally.
We're going to get cross-checked in there.
We don't want any cheap shots either, do we?
God, Quinn Hughes just wants it.
Yeah, he does. Well, why wouldn't he?
He's got one seat. Look at him.
He knows he's on a team that can win the cup this year.
I know.
He's inspired.
He's energized.
He's exactly energized.
He took a picture with his brother and Tom Brady yesterday.
Was Iowa Wild guy in net today to start for Slovakia? Will you double check who started for Slovakia today?
Sure.
Because I don't know. Where were we? Oh, so we talked, was it 2 days ago, about the, and we were late to get to it, actually, the Alec Lewis story that got a lot of attention, not just here, but nationally, that, according to his reporting, in order to not stress the brain or the arm of JJ McCarthy, we essentially eliminated the over-the-middle pass.
Excuse me?
Which in of itself is beyond frightening.
It is Iowa Wild guy that we chased, by the way.
We chased him. Okay, Good enough. Whose name I still can't pronounce. Well, you're familiar with, his last name is Sharp. What's his first name? He's a football guy.
Oh, yeah. Is it Warren Sharp?
Warren Sharp, thank you. That's exactly right. So he has drilled down beyond where Alec Lewis went.
Oh, no.
On some of the stats. This is going to make you feel even worse. There's no question.
Yeah.
Example. In 2024, so that was last, the Darnold season.
Yep.
50% of Sam Darnold's passes for the Vikings offense were thrown between the numbers.
These
half.
Big balls.
That ranked 19th highest of 47 quarterbacks. In 2025, Vikings intentionally removed most of their over-the-middle passing concepts to keep the, quote, line of sight as simple as possible, end quote, for JJ McCarthy. As such, only 38% of McCarthy's attempts were thrown between the numbers, which ranked number 42 out of 45 quarterbacks.
Tweet that.
42nd out of 45 quarterbacks. On the passes that he did throw between the numbers in 2025, as rare as it was, JJ McCarthy's accuracy rate was 43rd, his completion rate 43rd, his EPA per attempt 42nd, and his success rate ranked 37th. His interception rate between the hashes, I guess one could say, or over the middle, was the highest in the NFL at 7.1%. His touchdown to interception ratio was 42nd in the league. Meanwhile, in 2024, over the middle, Darnold, number 4 in yards per attempt, number 5 in success rate, number 10 in EPA, and number 14 in completion rate. The other kicker to this, according to Sharp, is, the moral of the story is he believes it's one of the strengths of the KOC offense. And if you take that away, obviously, you're taking away a significant amount of what he has been able to build and to bring to the table. 2 other kickers. One, it appears the Vikings removed those concepts only in JJ McCarthy's games. Carson Wentz threw 47% of his attempts between the numbers, and your guy, Max Brosmer, threw 52% of attempts
he
between
loves the middle.
The numbers. McCarthy down at 38%, well below the average. Here's the other kicker. He's saying that for the season, the Vikings played only 7 games against teams with top 12 ranked pass defenses. That was against the Steelers, the Browns, the Eagles, the Chargers, the Lions, the Seahawks, and the Lions. Amazingly, he reports, McCarthy started only 1 of these games, seeming to start games against poor pass defenses, missing those against his toughest opponents, and he still had historically bad numbers. Other than that, how's the play? The more I read, the more I think we better cut him. Just cut him.
What's A-Rod
Let's just release him.
What's Rodgers doing?
I don't think he's committed yet to, for sure, to Pittsburgh. I mean, I think he'd consider a bidding war. I'm not sure. All kidding aside, again, you can't give up on JJ McCarthy, obviously. That's foolish, reckless, and you know and I know that if he goes someplace else, he's going to end up being a top 10 quarterback. It's as simple as that, right? That's Vikings. That's the way it works in Vikings land.
It seems like it.
Often. Yeah. Do we score again?
I'm not sure.
5-0.
I was looking at you.
It was...
Oh, man. Juicy
that
rebound.
was wide. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, so it's 5.
But it's 5.
Yeah, it's 5, but then we missed a goal, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, because it was the last one I had. Eichel made it 4, right?
Yep.
So we missed another goal.
We're on another power play.
Another power play.
What happened
this is
to
like
Slovakia?
41 donut.
Yeah, I know.
Man, oh man. Anyway, I'm just here to give you the numbers, and we can all decide. I just found it interesting that a national jackal kind of dug even deeper than the local jackal to build on what Lewis had established.
Yeah.
And none of these numbers, these are, again, alarming numbers. That doesn't mean he can't get better, but there aren't very many quarterbacks with numbers. I'm talking about young quarterbacks who early, while they struggled, had numbers as alarming across the board as McCarthy has had. So we're back to what we already know. We're going to get another quarterback, we think, and it's a matter of who that's going to be and whether we're going to be happy. There's growing steam for your guy, the guy you have from the beginning said you wanted here. So I hope you're happy.
Which one?
Kyler Murray.
Oh, boy.
You've been on him from the beginning. Oh, he's a fascinating talent.
Remember when we didn't know if he was going to play football or baseball? Remember that?
I do remember that.
That was a big deal.
But isn't he the guy who doesn't like to study? Or was that trumped up?
Well, allegedly, there was somebody did a story about when a new video game was dropped every year, how his production was before the video game and then immediately after.
Yeah.
Those are some tough analytics. It's even tough to have that, even rumored.
Yeah.
Even wondered about.
That's true.
What you're saying now, though, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, it's just the reason it's so defeating is because, as we mentioned, I'm 43 years old.
Yeah, you were hoping this was it.
In my life.
Yeah. You haven't asked for much.
They've never had a consistent starting quarterback for 4 years or 5 years.
No.
That you can just count on as being not even great, but just good.
Let's go backwards a little bit. And if you think about that, go all the way back to Denny.
Yes.
In 1998, you had exactly one great year with Randall Cunningham. That's
Correct.
how long it lasted.
Yes.
Right? One great year. You had one seismic year with Case Keenum, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Brett Favre.
You had 1 year with Brett Favre. Who are we forgetting? Every time.
Dante had a great year, then got hurt.
Yeah, and then he got hurt. So you are literally correct. The idea that it could be stretched out. Oh, he just had a spectacular season. What can we expect the next year? The answer is almost nothing.
He's going to be bad or injured.
Favre was disastrous for the second year, right?
Yep, they had to beg him to come back.
Cunningham, he started the next year as the starter, didn't he?
He did.
And then struggled.
Jeff George had to come in.
And then Jeff George had to come in until he got in trouble for running the other way when he was supposed to go after a fumble.
Mm-hmm. In the playoffs.
Keenum wasn't given a chance to, and it wasn't like where he went, he dominated.
No.
I agree with that, too.
Nope.
So, yeah, to your point, it has literally been several spectacular seasons. And what that's usually supposed to mean is, well, you could at least milk one more year out of that, right? Now, maybe you could say Cousins, but I don't know that he's ever had one season I would call spectacular. Right. Maybe he was on his way to his most spectacular year.
And he got hurt.
When he got the Achilles.
The Achilles happened with the Vikings winning, I think, 24-3.
That was Green Bay.
At Lambeau Field,
you're right? Yeah.
Because I remember that day, I was mowing my lawn, listening to the game. After we got the turnover, Cousins went up top to Addison, and we're just dancing all over Lambeau, like we did the Monday night game you were at, the Randy Moss game. And I'm thinking, this is unbelievable.
Yeah,
KOC, Kirk Cousins.
We figured it out.
Year 2 in the system, all that stuff. It's
and
unbelievable.
And he got the look on that look on his face like he knew it was over.
And then it's the Achilles. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, what you're saying with the JJ stuff, the reason I bring it up is because it almost doesn't even affect me.
Yeah, because you're so used to it.
It's just like the scab is so worn over.
Yeah, but here's the problem is the examples we've used, we haven't even had the spectacular season yet from JJ to say, can we have a second year?
Right.
First, we got to get to one spectacular year.
How about 1 year where he plays the whole time?
Well, yeah, that's also part of the issue. Man, this is vicious, but I have to use it. I have to. Did they eliminate all downfield passes in Brosmer's case?
Oh, no, come on. Leave Max out of this.
It's a good shot. You got to admit. I'm surprised there wasn't more because obviously for Max it did not go very well.
I actually think Brosmer's going to, this will shock you, Brosmer's the one we're going to let go, and he's going to be the guy that has a great year somewhere.
Well,
he's going to be the guy somewhere.
This is going to annoy you even more. I hate to talk well of Sean Payton, but I'd be curious to see the breakdown of play calls in Nick's first 10 games or so. Heard a lot about how he started real simple and added new stuff each week. So, yeah, did Bo Nix throw over the middle?
Probably.
Was that eliminated?
Probably. But to that texter's point, and as much as I hate Sean Payton, there's no doubt he handled Bo Nix better than JJ McCarthy has been handled here. That can't even be argued. Now, he might be better.
In fairness, though, you can also say there was nothing to handle his first year once he got hurt. Right. Nix at least stayed healthy, but there is no arguing. So to this point, how much they've gotten out of Nix, that this coach has gotten out of Nix. Now, again, his regular season stats, QBR rating, I don't think his ratings are that great, but you could see a kernel of something, and it did look like they weren't always asking him to do a great deal. Although in the game he got hurt, he led him on the game-winning drive.
Yeah.
And he threw actually very, very well. The anti-Vike was praised for this wisdom at the time. JJ's injury-ridden first 2 years made those midseason games essentially some of his first starts in the NFL. And all the talk when he was first starting was how they were not dumbing down the playbook for him. But then he struggled. They pulled back. Makes me wonder about KOC's quote about how organizations let down these top drafted players more than vice versa. Well, that's going to be the long-form story done eventually, depending on how it comes out, whether we're going to look back on it and say, because there is one other possibility when it comes to that cliche that I think KOC, now on the competition committee, by the way. Did you see that?
I did not.
NFL,
Congratulations.
He is now a member of the NFL competition committee. That cliche about, organizations fail quarterbacks more than quarterbacks fail organizations. There is the possibility in this case that he's just not that good.
Yeah.
That he's the classic, terrific college player, perfectly suited for the system he was in. No apologies needed for that, but just isn't that good. It may, in the end, not just be on the quarterback whisperer, although I do think we'll all agree that the approach he took, because to me, maybe he felt like he had to do what he did regarding throwing over the middle. I just wanted quicker stuff thrown, and I just wanted the running game to be more than something that the head coach was forced to go to. I saw it over and over again in Chicago with obviously a quarterback who really improved in his second year, and that was we're not afraid to hand the ball off on 2nd and 1, and we're not afraid to hand the ball off on 2nd and 10. And I get you got to play to your strengths, but I still think that's an area where the head coach did not do very well. And I think his admission is they are going to try to find another alternative, another guy who can throw over the middle occasionally a little. And when he does throw over the middle, throw a little better than apparently
with layers.
With layers, yeah.
With layers, because
with
that's
touch.
the other thing.
Touch is a big part of it as well.
Yeah, touch goes into layering. You layer it over a linebacker in front of a safety, that whole thing.
Maybe trade JJ to the 49ers and then try to get him back in a couple of years. He doesn't mean Jefferson. I think he means McCarthy.
Yeah.
And let him get better there.
Yeah, let's find our next Sam Darnold with JJ McCarthy
by the way,
4 years from now.
Speaking of quarterbacks, there's a debate that's now breaking out about what the Raiders should do. Because the assumption early was they're going to take Mendoza.
From Indiana.
And
Heisman Trophy winner.
Heisman Trophy winner, exactly. Now, though, it's, first of all, the Raiders are better off trading the pick because they need about 9 things. Secondly, is he that good at the pro level? Will he be that good at the pro level? Is he athletic enough at the pro level? I just tell you, and maybe I am biased at this point because not because he went to Indiana, because I've watched him so much. I'd take him. Now you could say, well, are you going to with the Raiders? Is he going to have a chance? Is he going to get his head bashed in? That's possible. I don't know much about their offensive line and what, they've got some weapons offensively, including the running back who I think was kind of underused last year. Isn't it the Boise State kid?
Oh, yep.
I think his arm is big league for sure. And I think how often do we have to have these examples of QBs who aren't maybe as athletically gifted, but who have great arms and just know how to get the ball from point A to point B? There's a lot of ways to be a good quarterback in 2025.
Agreed.
Obviously, the whole package, the way it reveals itself in Caleb Williams is, perfect, one could say, or the kid from Washington, even though he took a step back. But I think we still see, I heard it was your guy, who's the guy with the hair? Mel Kiper.
The hair.
Kiper said, it may be PST material for some people, but he said, if you get hung up on overall talent on that basis again, you're drafting Tom Brady in round 6. He said, there are a lot of ways to be successful. And I just think he does have, I think, a gifted arm. Somebody else doesn't think so. I saw one of the scouting reports that his arm is slightly less good or less live than Goff, which that's not what I saw. I saw some deep outs to the sidelines from him. I thought he had a really good arm, but we'll see. We'll see how that thing goes.
I would not overthink it with Mendoza.
I don't think you do. And again, there's no such thing as a guarantee. But I think he can make, like Tebow is a guy. You could say, okay, in college, he was a winner. But would his arm actually allow him to forget mobility, would his arm allow him to make some of the throws he needs to make? I think the answer was no, ultimately.
Yep.
This guy's got a really good live arm as far as I'm concerned. Plus, he's fairly big. All right, top of the hour pause. Lavelle in about 90, unless he decides to surprise us.
He will not be coming in today.
What's that about?
He's working on his Sunday column right now.
We'll work on it after.
Well, he's got to get it done.
What a fraud.
Well, it's...
Well, then why didn't he work on it earlier? Start your column earlier.
That's what you
said
do.
Before. Yeah.
Get the sports babe going.
Yeah, that's it. All right, we'll make it work somehow, some way. Back for hour number 2. The U.S. up 5-0 through 2 goals in the semifinal game. They're on their way to taking on Canada, I should say, for the gold on Sunday. Back in a minute.